Hello, I'm Richard Ridge. Frank Wildhorn's new musical, Bonnie and Clyde, might not have survived on Broadway, but it's being preserved on CD. And we're here in the recording studio to catch up with the show's stars.
Rolling, sorry. Two. 1, 2, 3.
We are doing the cast recording of Bonnie and Clyde. It's an exciting day for all of us to be together and celebrate the music of the show.
In your phones, you're hearing everything you need to hear? All right, Happy New Year, man.
Today is so special. It's very bittersweet because our show deserved better.
Well, it's my first Broadway original cast recording, so I've never got to do anything like this, so it's totally a dream come true.
Getting to record the album will make our show live on in that way, and I remember growing up listening to cast albums, and that's what inspired me to want to be on Broadway, and hopefully we can do the same for a lot of other little boys and girls out there.
You know, it's hard with the cast recording because it is the definitive version of the show that will live on, but you have to not think about that at all and just remember that it's the exact same thing you've been doing every single day.
It's a great way to start the new year. Last week, Lincoln Center Library came in, put us down in the archives, and now we have our cast album today. It's a nice sort of, conclusion to a 5-year journey for us.
We've seen the show with audiences in California, in Florida, and New York, and just like Jekyll and Hyde, just like Civil War, just like Scarlet Pimpernel, audiences are the same. They are the same. Critics are not necessarily the same, but the audiences are the same. And all we've tried to do is entertain them and give them the best evening of theater we could. And I think, that speaks for itself. That's what we've done. And I have great hopes for the record, and certainly the music and the record will be the calling card for the show, hopefully around the world, for London, for the tour, and all of those kinds of things. On Thursday, I leave for Tokyo to open Bonnie and Clyde, because we had made a deal with Bonnie and Clyde for Tokyo even before it opened on Broadway, because they just loved it so much. I don't know why there's such a disconnect, I really don't, because I write for the people, that's who I write for, people who pay for their tickets to come to see the show, and they seem to enjoy it, and they seem to sing the songs, and they seem to buy the records and buy the sheet music, and the songs have these wonderful lives, and the shows have these wonderful international lives, and, at the end of the day, you got to wake up in the morning feeling, you did the best you could, and you put it out there, and I do feel, we all feel that here.
Do you think the show was judged fairly?
Oh, that's hard to talk about. I'm not objective. I think it's a very smart show, and it's a beautiful show. And I guess the part that really hurts is I've never had a show close while it was still playing like a hit. You go into our show and it plays like not a mediocre hit, but it plays like a big hit Broadway show. And that's what's heartbreaking, to know that we had to pull the plug while people were still loving it. There are a lot of very smart things in this show. And it's shocking to me that more people didn't. It's funny how the critics didn't even mention things that the public mentioned. And that's kind of strange, too. It seems like they came in with their blinders on. And, of course that hurts. But listen, that's their job. My job is just to do the show the best I can. And I judge by the audiences, and I think we did our job according to what the audiences say.
And it's a big season for you. Newsies is getting ready to open. Talk about that.
Yeah, so thank God for Newsies. It'll be fun to be with Jeremy again, and it's just great. Disney are the best producers that I've ever worked for, and it's nice going into a show where you really have first-class producers that are there and they support you at every turn. So I'm very excited about Newsies, and there's a great buzz. It seems like people are excited.
So has Jeremy been signed on to star in the Broadway version of Newsies?
Oh, now you're going to get me in trouble. I no one told me he was. I have no idea. I assume so. He did it before. He loved it, and I'm sure that they'll work out things and he'll be back as Jack Kelly.
We are making dang sure that we leave our mark. You don't leave your mark by digging ditches.
We all felt cheated.
You know, we all felt cheated. Everyone that's come to see the show from our industry, actors, directors, other professionals, we say people that feel feelings, really love to enjoy the show. I'm at the stage door for 20 minutes most days signing autographs because people are loving it. They're loving it. And that's the judgment that I take home with me, not the judgment of, you know, other people who may not enjoy the show as much, which is fine. Not everybody's going to enjoy it. It's just a shame that those people at the stage door aren't, you know, given free rein to advertise their judgments.
Spoke to your director, Jeff Calhoun. What a wild year it's been for you and him with Newsies, and Newsies is happening again, and he said that Newsies will be happening with you. Can you tell us anything?
Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
Man, he is like a big ol' liar. No. You know, I think it's safe to say that I will probably be on board with that. It's not 100% by any means yet, but I imagine pretty soon things will all get worked out.
The main attraction at the picture show, like Clara Bow, the main attraction. It's neat to be able to put it down with the music and these brand new songs and Frank's gorgeous score and John McDaniel's amazing arrangements and the talent that we have. It's just really an incredible opportunity to get to remember the show in this way. It has an element of art and beauty and depth to it that a lot of shows don't have, and I really thought that the critics would appreciate that. And so it was definitely a surprise, I think, to really get not panned, but just to kind of not get the deserved praise or the appreciation that we all thought that we would get and thought that the show deserved. Audiences were raving during previews and even after opening, up until closing night, we had people coming back 10, 12, 20 times to see the show because they loved it so much. And the first thing everybody said is, "Are you making an album? We love the music." And so at least we can give that back to our loyal fans, the people who came and loved it and saw it while we lasted.
You're preserving the CD. I mean, this is what will live on forever. How do you prepare for something like today?
Well, I personally, I didn't talk for 2 days. We had 2 days off. So after our final performance, I just spent, even though it was New Year's, I just spent the weekend absolutely quiet. I got up early this morning. I did my yoga. I did my scales. You know, it's so exciting, and it's also a lot of pressure because you feel like, okay, this is it. This is going to be what everyone will hear from now on. It will document the show. So, just trying to stay concentrated and at the same time breathe and relax, I
agree. I think it's Frank Wildhorn's best score. I think my favorite of all of them. Of course, I'm extremely partial to this one, but I think it's all of my favorite things that he does well, that kind of rockabilly, folky style mixed with some like, it's just amazing, powerful singing. Especially Jeremy and Laura in this show just soar. And so it's beautiful that this will be captured. What they've done is going to be captured.
What will you miss the most?
The people, the Barrow gang, as it were. The four of us just got really, really close. And I'll really miss the traditions and the time we share on stage, especially Melissa, who I've grown so close to over the past several years. But I feel like, this is such a small business in a strange way, and I know that we will all work together again, whether it's on a concert or another show or a long-running show or whatever. So, you kind of just have to believe that if you want to work with people again, you will find them again.
Hey!